Hello, good evening, and welcome. It's a brand new season, and it is ESCFanTV. And thanks to Sean, we have had the decorators in. Doesn't it look shiny and new? Loving the new logo, loving the new titles, and we even had a birthday cake as well. Although somehow I think my piece of cake got lost in the post. Just saying, it's a big cake. Could have sent me a piece. Tonight, we are going to preview the songs in this year's Junior Eurovision Song Contest, which takes place next Sunday in Nice. And very nice it will be for everyone too. Joining us this evening, we've got a whole host of panelists, both old and new, and some even in the dark. But let's introduce them first of all. First of all, welcome the king and queen of ESCFanTV. Let's say a massive hello to Phil and Michelle.
Hello, it's good to be back. It's been a while.
Back again, I know, yeah.
Looking forward to it though.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Definitely not miss getting glitter in my eye. Apart from that, it's good.
And Michelle is currently our new person on TikTok, on Instagram, and all forms of social media, and is posting loads over there as well. How are you finding it so far?
Oh, it's brilliant. Yeah. Yeah.
Love it. Amazing. Also joining us, we've got the lovely Alina. Good evening.
Hello, happy to be back. And also, I want my piece of cake. I mean, Tom did had one, but I didn't have one either. So I want one. Just saying.
I could have brought you all some cake back from Amsterdam, but it might be a different kind of cake, to be honest.
Welcome, Alina. And Alina has just released some interviews with some contestants from Hercules Fest, which are currently on our YouTube channel. Sitting there in the dark is the lovely Oban. Good evening, Oban.
Did you guys unmute me?
Yeah, we unmuted you.
Okay. Good evening, Europe. Good morning, Australia. This is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. For the first time in ESCFanTV history, I'm connecting through a highway. Woohoo!
Just, I have no words. Also, on the from the established panelists, we've also got the lovely Sean. Good evening, Sean.
It's a birthday. It's our birthday. It's a birthday. And can I just say that's not the first time that Oban's been flashing at people. Sorry, Oban. It's ESCFanTV's fourth year I've been on the show. Enjoyed every minute. I'm really looking forward to this new season and my first ever experience of Junior Eurovision, because it's all been alien to me up until this last couple of weeks.
Hey, I'm looking forward to hearing your views as well. Now, we have got two brand new faces on the panel. First of all, let's say a massive good evening and welcome to Brendan. Hey, Brendan.
Hi there. Yeah, it's very good to be here.
I was going to say, what are you looking forward to the most about tonight's show?
Just the experience of it. Hopefully becoming part of this group. It'll be a good experience. And Junior Eurovision is similar with Sean. I'm mainly Eurovision, but I have dipped my toe into Junior Eurovision every so often. So
I was going to say, I'm detecting the Welsh accent there. Of course, Wales did compete in Junior Eurovision a couple of times as well, didn't they?
They did, yes. And that's kind of where it drew me into it a little bit.
Hey, brilliant. And we're looking forward to hearing your views later in the show. And then also we have the lovely Mick. Welcome, Mick.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for letting me be here tonight. And I'm definitely looking forward to being in Nice next weekend.
You'll have a nice time in Nice. That's never going to get old. It's quite a bad joke. Right. Okay, guys, let's get on with the show. So our general format is that we have got 4 groups of songs to get through. Since the running order isn't actually revealed until Monday, we've done them in alphabetical order. So we're literally going to take the first 4, which is Albania, Armenia, Estonia, and France, and so on. And I'm going to be asking the panel for their views, but also those people that are new to the show and those people that are even old hands at commenting in the chat room. Don't forget, your comments are valued, and we love to hear from you in the chat room. Message us. Phil is our new master of the comments, and he is bringing those comments in on Facebook, and he's going to be displaying them for all to see as well. Right, gang, are we ready to get started?
Yes.
Okie doke, here we go. Here are the first 4 entries. And you will notice there that we did mute the French entry. We just got one step ahead of YouTube, who muted the song on our trailer that we released earlier this week. Let's dive straight in. Let's go to Elena, because I hear you have a sneaking admiration for the Estonian entry.
Yeah, I really like it. I'm just gonna speak on my notes because I have them here written down and I forgot what they are. That I really like it, that it's about friendship. Even though kids on these days are a lot on social media, they sometimes feel alone. And I think it's a nice song that says you can have a friend. I really, really like it.
Hey, liking that. And that's I mean, I quite like that. I mean, it's got quite a heavy beat. I thought it was quite atmospheric. I've got there. Phil and Michelle, what did you think of the Estonian entry? And also, I hear you've also got a sneaking admiration for the French and Armenian entries as well.
Yeah, I like Estonia. It was a nice sort of ballad.
It's a brilliantly haunting ballad.
Brilliantly haunting ballad. Okay. Yeah. Cheers. It builds up well to the chorus as well, and she's got a great voice. It's sort of a nice song about friendship and supporting each other. But I know you like France, don't you?
Well, don't mention that now. That's
okay.
Later.
Sorry, we're doing France.
We're doing it now. All right, yeah. France, I like France, even though you couldn't hear it, and I won't sing it to you because obviously it'd be so like the original that we'd get taken off air. But I like it. I really think. I think it's typically French, but it's sort of not at the same time, and I think it's going to stand out from the rest of them. And in the video, it's sort of shot from above with the people on the floor, and I think if they sort of do that on the stage, I think it'll look absolutely amazing. I think it's going to be the whole sort of package of song and staging. What else did I write? No, I've just put it's fantastic. It's really catchy. It's a good little dance tune, and I just think it's really good. I love France. It's my favourite one. And back to Armenia. A lot of songs are in their own language and English, and this is one of them. It's five-piece girl group, sort of singing about doing things their own way and being true to yourself. Apparently, they're big K-pop fans. It sort of looks a bit sort of K-pop.
Yeah. I was slightly triggered by the line, "I don't like cha-cha-cha, it's not my style."
Yeah.
Purely because Cardi was robbed, and that's all I'm going to say about it. But the song itself is great.
Cardio. Oh, them policemen in Liverpool weren't any use whatsoever when it said that he'd been robbed. But I think Armenia, I like it. It's bouncing, it's popping, it's a good little girl group sort of thing. They're not trying to be older than they are. I think it fits the demographic absolutely perfectly for the people that are going to be voting on it. I think that's one to watch.
And just a point there, because we just had some comments in the chat room about language. So the rule with language in Genia is that 60% has to be in the native language and 40% can be in any language you like. Brendan, let's come to you. What songs stood out for you in that group of 4?
I think it's France again. It just is perfect. It's a masterpiece. I think it's been probably likely to be our winner, is it?
I'm trying to think. They've done really well in Junior Eurovision lately, haven't they?
They have, yes.
because I think they certainly the second time they've hosted it in recent years, I think. So, yeah, I think France certainly have got it going for them. Mick, I'm going to come to you, but you're kind of drawing the short straw here because, like, people have talked about Armenia, they've talked about Estonia. We've had lots of heart for France. Albania, what do you reckon?
I liked Albania. You know, I mean, normally a Balkan, you know, sort of tones always gets me, and even though there's not much in this one, you know, it builds up really nicely, I think, and I quite liked it. It's certainly better, you know, after I listened to it a couple of times. You know, it sort of got in there. You know, not too much of an earworm, but you know, I wouldn't skip it if I heard it again.
I mean, what do you think? I mean, I think that it's quite similar to some of the Albanian songs we've had in Eurovision. I think it's quite eye-catching in that type of way musically. What do you think?
Yeah, and I think that's what's Albania's strength, really. You know, that they stick to what, you know, they do best, and certainly that's not a bad thing in junior Eurovision as well. So, but going back to Armenia, that's definitely, you know, I think the banger of the competition.
I think Armenia are doing it their way quite successfully, aren't they? I think it's going to be very interesting to see how that comes off on the night, because I think that has a potential winner vibe from it, but that's because I think it stands out. But then we're still to hear what the draw is going to be. And as we know, with all of these songs, if they get the wrong draw, then unfortunately sometimes the chances just seem to fade away. Oban, let's come to you. What is your take on some of these?
So, Tom, tonight I will be, instead of ranking these lovely young talents, I will be cheering them up. No kidding. I think I'm going to think of these songs in the context of Junior Eurovision. I think Estonia and France, if these songs would be entered the adult Eurovision, top 10 for sure. But I think in terms of the audience of Junior Eurovision, I think they might struggle to get a very good top 5 ranking. Albania, adult or junior, doesn't matter. Like, Albania always has a soft spot with their cultural take on the pop music. So for me, it's quite good, but it almost feels like this Junior Eurovision is turning into a ping pong match between France and Armenia. So I think Armenia is the one. Most probably is the one for this year, in my opinion.
Hey, thanks, Oban. And Sean, wrap all this up for us.
Oh, Oban, I mean, there's so many good songs in this selection. Well, in the entire Junior Eurovision, not just Estonia and Armenia. These 4 songs are actually particularly strong. I think Albania, I think it was an epic sounding song. I think her voice is tracked perfectly. I love the powerful sounding chorus and the dramatic strings, and then halfway through it just gets all sort of stripped back and then reintroduced. It's really impactful. I really, really like it. I think it's a good song for Albania. I think it could be a dark horse to do very, very well. In fact, even pull off a surprise win. Armenia, it's a funky video. It's a funky, oh gosh, I'm sorry, the dogs are kicking off. It's chaos. That was me. Right, sorry, hang on, let's just go on mute.
Well,
I'd like to see that Sean's as professional as ever.
This is going to end up being the outtake, isn't it? Right, okay, so Armenia, yeah, I love the video. It's a great funky bop. I just hope the live performance is as much as a feast on the eyes and ears as much as the pop video is. I think the ending is insane. Absolutely love this, and I hope it really does well. France is such a good song. Your cheeky little thing. The first 3 bars, you just your voice of the piano, and then you just drop that cool funky like pop beat. It's an absolute smash. Yeah, I think it's great. It's a song about raising your voice and believing in your dreams. And I think they might just well win it again with this. I really do, because it's just a cracking tune. I love it.
Could be interesting. It'd be their third time in 4 years if they do. And what can we say about the French one? Just AAA, which is the lyrics that I took down from my notes here. I mean, I think a very strong set of songs there. Armenia, I just pips it for me though. I just think it's got a bit more punch to it. But let's face it, me backing a song is normally a sign that that song's going to fall by the wayside. So I wouldn't really take my word as gospel here. Guys, let's move on to the next set of 4. We're going to be looking at Georgia, at Germany, at Ireland, and Italy. Let's take a listen. Four more cracking songs there. Let's start off with Mick. What did we think of those 4? What is your favourite?
It's this. I think this year's Junior Eurovision is really strong. There's some really cracking tunes in there. I'm afraid I'm a bit of a sucker for like a message song and anything doing well. And so really, I've gone for Germany on this one because obviously the story behind it and with the sign language, which I think she might be doing on the stage, to involve a sister who's deaf. I think, the backstory of that, whether that gets put onto, part of the performance so that people are aware of that, I don't know. But yeah, that was the first song that kind of really grabbed my attention. But Italy, I think the older singer of the duo has got a bit of a Mia Martini vibe to her voice, and so that's quite a good, strong vote for me anyway. And yeah, the Irish one is just, well, Celtic languages to hear, just wonderful. And yeah, I put down that it, is very haunting, and so very, it lilts up. So I'm afraid, I'll join the club. And I've forgotten what the 4th one was. Oh gosh, what was it?
Georgia.
Oh yeah. Oh, that one. I loved it, and the backing singer on that with that horn. Oh gosh, no, I won't say it again. The kind of lilting chant he has, or she has. It's just wonderful, and I thought it was quite nice that Joanna Lumley's Purdy's haircut is having such a positive influence on today's youth. I think that's a very good message to be given, to the children out there.
Brilliant. Let's move over to Brendan. What do you reckon your favourite is out of this 4?
It's very difficult. I generally don't have a favourite out of the 4. If I had to try and put 2, it'd have to be Germany and Ireland, probably the standouts for me. Ireland, Celtic languages, being a Welshman who speaks Welsh, it just always resonates with me, and it just draws me in. I know everybody else using the word haunting, but it's just lovely. The echo of the voice, etc. I absolutely love it. Germany, when it was on there now, I couldn't help myself but to kind of start singing along to it. It's one of those ones. It's in the background. It's so brilliant. And then obviously with the sign language part of it is just lovely to see, isn't it? It's a good little extra.
It has quite an even quality I think out of all of the songs that I've heard, the refrain of Ona Verta literally just comes through, I think, really well. And I think that's got quite an opportunity to make an impact on the night. Question, as someone who does speak the Gaelic languages, obviously Ireland are singing in Gaelic this year. Wales, when they entered, they sang in Welsh. Do you think that puts them at a disadvantage? Do you think it's very important that they sing in those languages? I'm just thinking about in terms of the positions that they tend to come up on them.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think there is a disadvantage to it. I think the languages don't tend to translate very well into other languages and therefore into points. Especially Welsh, I really didn't think it worked out for us. Obviously, with the UK, I'd love if we actually weren't only were singing in English, but obviously I understand the complications if you try throwing a Welsh singer singing Welsh. But no, I love the languages, each of the languages myself, and they work for me anyway.
Yeah, no, do you know what? I think they're beautiful languages, and the reason I asked you the question is just because I think because they always come on, and I think to myself, it's like Malta. I think sometimes could be singing in like Maltese. I mean, we'll listen to the Maltese entry later, and I just think sometimes I don't know, is it a thing? I'll tell you what. Let's bring in someone else on this because Sean looks very, very concentrating. He's got his hands like that. What do you reckon, Sean? Should it's very important for them to sing in those, but do you think maybe English should be taken out in terms of things like Malta and even the UK? I mean, could sing in a Celtic language.
Well, they could, but let's face it, English is universal and more people understand it. And it's a song contest and you're looking for votes. And this is why people, artists, sing in English. It's nice to see, though, that, a lot of the songs in Junior Eurovision are mainly in sort of the foreign tongue. There's a few in English, but there's quite a lot in the foreign tongue, or some that either will have an English chorus or whatever. I think with the Irish song this year with Ireland, I applaud them for singing, in a Celtic language. But I think for me, the song, there's just a little bit missing from it, and in the video, she's running through like a forest and then a castle, and then I want it to be a bit more like Clannad or Enya. If they're going to use it, I think there's a lot more they could have done with the production of the song to make it feel more genuine and less commercial and maybe stand out a little bit more. And I think they could have had a bit more of a success if they'd have took it down that route. But there's some cracking
staging, though.
Sorry?
They might do with the staging, though.
They may well do. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what happens. Like I said, we've only got the pop videos to go on at this moment in time. So, let's see. Other song, Germany stands out here as well in this group that we just showed, because like you mentioned, the sister Amelia, she's not just deaf, but she actually can't speak either. And the whole song's about how you can have such a close connection with somebody who can't verbalize through speech and communicate. And it's not the kind of song that on first listen I would normally warm to, but the meaning behind it, and I thought it really touched me. I really like the song. I think it's a beautiful song. As for Georgia, again, another great song. And I'm not allowed to say anything nasty about the kids, am I? I won't say anything nasty about the kids, but I just to this. Yeah, sorry.
Naughty.
I know. But yeah, I think that's all I really want to say on this selection. But I think Germany is a standout in this section of 4 songs.
Yeah. Let's go to Michelle, because when we were speaking before the show, Georgia was one of the entries that you flagged up.
Yes, I did.
What do you reckon it's got going for it?
Well, obviously, it's bonkers. You've seen the video.
But in a good way. I mean, let's be fair.
Oh,
the video's
yeah.
great.
I think the video is. I don't know who did the video or how old they were, but it smacks of original Superman in all this, with all the outfits that they're wearing and everything. And then he does fly by. So I think that's a nod to original Superman when they're in the ice caves and everything. Google it, youth, you'll find it. And but I just think it's brilliant. I love the fact that they're all sort of standing at odds with each other and singing. And I think on stage, I think it's going to look amazing with the outfits and the hairdos. And the hairdo is very Stranger Things. So, because I'm down with the youth, you see, the youth love all that sort of stuff. So I think the youth are going to be voting. And I think they might be voting for Georgia. It's just, I think it's original.
It does need. I just want to see how they do the staging for this.
Yeah,
it could be brilliant.
It's going to be really good.
I thought she reminded me a little bit of Monica from Lithuania a couple of years ago.
Oh, just a haircut.
Yeah, but apparently she won a talent show in Georgia, and the two lads were also finalists. So they became the backing singers for her.
Well, that's quite nice. Yeah, they all sort of collaborated together. But I think it's going to be bonkers.
Yeah, it's all about being a hero. I mean, it's called Over the Sky, so I'm guessing that's where the flying bit comes in.
If you don't get some 10-year-old kid flying across the stage, hanging from strings, I'm going to be really annoyed.
They are a rarity. They're one of only 2 acts that actually have male singers in them. The other one being the Netherlands.
It's very female.
Very female-dominated Junior Eurovision this year. Oben, are you there? The camera's off.
Yes, I'm here.
You're on the radio waves. What are your thoughts on the Italian entry?
Tom, firstly, I would like to join into the debate about the language. I think it's just Junior Eurovision. Kids don't the rhythm, and that's it, right? So I think any language has equal chance. Secondly, about Italy, I think from this group of 4, my bronze medal, I think there are so many big characters, but some of them are like the talent, right? So I think it's just
we've got some difficulty with your line there, Oben. You keep on drifting in and out.
Just shut me up and move on. If you cannot hear me,
we'll come back to you a little bit later. It's a bit like old school Eurovision. I mean, this is definitely one with you. We used to do the votes by radio waves back in the 80s and 90s. Elena, wrap this up for us, because I know you're very enthusiastic about at least 2 of the entries that we.
Yes, so I'm quite on the same team as Mick, I think. Yeah, Mick. So I really like Germany. I think it's a beautiful message. I really hope that she does a sign language, because first of all, it connects to so many more people if she does the sign language involved in her staging. Otherwise, it also could get her more points. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but it does. And I really like Italy. And what were the other ones?
We've got Georgia, Germany, Ireland, and Italy.
Oh yeah, Ireland. I really, really like that one also. And the other one, we have actually a cartoon figure here in Belgium with the same hair. So if we can vote as Belgians, I don't think we can. Maybe they will get some votes for that. So who knows?
There is normally a worldwide vote. I don't
know, because I actually don't really watch it.
You can
online
vote online.
Oh, yeah.
There'll be an online vote that votes.
Yeah.
Maybe they will get votes for that. So
yeah. So you can get yourself on there and tap away and get voting. Guys, we are at the halfway stage.
Could I just say something about Ireland just before we move? We move on. I really like it. I like it just looks really, I don't know. It's really Irish, obviously. I love her dresses. I hope that when she comes on, she's all nice in a beautiful dress. But does anybody think the fact that it's traditional Irish music sang in Gaelic, that the youth will be voting for that? Or do you think it's too sort of old for junior Eurovision and that maybe they should try it in proper Eurovision instead?
Oh, that's an interesting question.
I think with the adults at Eurovision, Ireland, the way they're playing, they've got nothing to lose by going down that route, really. You know, give an Irish language a chance. I think the only other Irish language was it Sandy Jones in 1972, something like that, right? Around about that time. You know, so I think, I think adult Eurovision Ireland, I think they should go for a Celtic language.
Yeah, but I think it would work more at the junior than at the grown-up Eurovision. I think, unless they do it like extremely well, like Shum or Kano, then I can see it's working. Unless I only see that working on the junior, but that's my opinion.
Interesting, actually. I think maybe RTE, if anyone is listening, maybe you should go for Gaelic.
Get Jedward to do a Gaelic ballad.
Alina looks far too excited at that prospect. Look at her face; it's just like lit up.
Yes, we need to do that. I would love only just to see Jedward.
I would pay so much money.
Oh, I would love it.
So much money.
Oh, tell you what, guys. Well, whilst we get over the shock of that imagery, let's listen to the next 4 entries coming up. We've got Malta, the Netherlands, North Macedonia, and Poland. Hey, there we go. 4 songs. Let's go. Oh, who should we go to? Let's go to Sean straight away this time. I'm kind of like working my way. I've done like a perfect noughts and crosses down the middle for the opening gambits. Sean, pick your favourite. What do you reckon?
What of those 4? Okay, Netherlands. My favourite out of those because it's right out of my favourite kind of genre. I love a bit of a big cheesy pop banger. It's got a stomping dance chorus. Again, the chorus in English will give it a little bit of a wider appeal. I love a good pop tune. I just hope it's fab on stage because it's a right riot. I love it. I really like it. I love it.
Now, are there any also rans in there for you as well?
Yeah, I mean, Malta's song, strong. I mean, she's got a great voice, but I just think the chorus is a little bit repetitive in that one. But it's a shame because she's got a really strong voice. Let's see. I don't think a great deal of the North Macedonian song this year, I'm afraid, so I'll just pass over that. Poland. It's called I Just Need a Friend. Well, can I just say I just need that dog. That dog in the pop video is absolutely gorgeous, absolutely beautiful, and I want it. I'll swap for any of these little runts behind me. No, I won't. I wouldn't. I don't want to swap. I wouldn't. It's a decent song. It should do okay. But my standout one in that selection by a long way is the Netherlands. Easy.
Someone else who I think is a fan of the Netherlands as well. Let's go to Brendan. What stands out about this?
It's exactly as Sean is saying. It's an absolute Eurobop, isn't it? It's so catchy. The choreography is brilliant. I just really hope that they get it right on stage. I think that's where it'll be won or lost. But just listen to that there. Poland, I've always liked it, but I'm warming to it every time I hear it. It's such a beautiful voice, and just it stands out because it's a bit different to everything else. Everything is power ballads and strength, and then you've got your groups where she's just on her own there. I think she's really something special there.
Yeah, I think she's got a really good voice. Dare I say it, almost sound like Terry Wogan. Got a good set of lungs on her, able to kind of belt it out, kind of thing. Which I hope's gonna stand her in really good stead as well. Let's go across to Mick. What do you reckon?
Well, like you, but I thought the Maltese entrant had a good set of lungs on her, and really, I'm finding that it seems to be ballad heavy, this junior Eurovision, and a lot of them have got some really strong voices there, and I've actually got quite a soft spot for the North Macedonian song. Really, it kind of builds up nicely, and it's got those. Kind of, the local elements, which, it's not for everybody's taste, but it does, I liked it. I thought it was good. Poland, it's strange. I know they're a bit of a powerhouse in junior Eurovision, having won it twice, but this song, it just didn't connect with me, this one. And that's not to say that she's a bad singer at all. I mean, the song and how she performs it is very good, but I just didn't gel for me. But like everyone else, the standout one for me is the Netherlands. I'd be bopping on the dance floor to that one.
Do you know what I think? I'm going to go back to Poland. Poland's the only one I listen to where sometimes I listen to a song and I'm just like, I can just see it being staged like this. And I'm picturing sort of like a starry sky night kind of background kind of going on, and that kind of anthemic kind of attitude to it. I just think it's got some really good potential to shine. It'd be nice to see them do well. I'm just looking in the comments there. Lee Fern's just saying, I really want Malta to win. And I could see that. I've got potential next to Malta. Then again, I've got potential winner next to about 4 or 5 songs. The contest of 16 is quite an issue, really, guys. Let's call up Cyprus or wherever it is Oban is at this point in time. Are you there with us, Oban?
I'm still here. Let's try it again. So,
what do you make of these?
I just want to say, I think for me, this competition is 4-horse race. I have Armenia from the first group, Georgia from the second group. Unfortunately, I don't have any songs from this group, but I think Malta and North Macedonia is going to do so well. I think they're going to be the left-hand side of the scoreboard for sure. I don't feel the hype for Netherlands. I think they've done it a couple of times as well. The junior Eurovision, it didn't work out. But I mean, the quality of song is, of course, undisputable for sure.
Cool, thanks, Oban. Yeah, and I think you're right. The quality is really good. I mean, I'll admit it's only in the past 5 or 6 years I've come back to junior Eurovision, and the quality has really ramped up since I watched it. I mean, and I watched it when it first came out, sort of like 2002, 2003. And then I kind of drifted off. But yeah, I think the quality is absolutely superb. Let's go to Alina.
Yes.
Netherlands.
Yeah, I really like it. And this week I was in the Netherlands at the Groot Songfestival Feest, and there was like a little party DJ before the show started it. And there was the song, and I was like, I don't know this one. And the crowd was like singing and dancing to it, and I was like, oh, that's a nice song. I really, really like it. And a girl before me said, yeah, it's our junior Eurovision song. And I was like, really? Because this is really good. Like, I could see this winning. At this point, I didn't hear any other contestants or countries. I was like, I could see this winning. So maybe I'm biased. Maybe it's because I'm a Belgian, but it's my favorite. And I really, really like it. And I secretly hope it will win.
Hey, fingers. I mean, I'll keep my fingers crossed for them. Again, it's another one. It's one of the 2 entries that has a male singer, which I think has probably got it going for it. And that's trying to keep it professional here. I think in terms of the depth that a male voice brings, even a boy's male voice brings to a song alongside a female song, I think you've got a different type of musicality there that I think could play in the Netherlands' favour as well, which I think is quite good. Phil and Michelle, wrap it up for us.
Well, I think we're sort of quite on the Netherlands team as well, aren't we?
Oh,
Or are you not?
yeah, I am. Yeah, I think it's a banger.
Yeah, it's great. It does sound like it could be in regular Eurovision. It's one of those songs. I quite like the Polish song. Apparently the lassie singing it, she's from like a really small village in Poland.
So our only mate's a dog.
Yeah. So she refers to herself as Maya from the end of the world because apparently there's more people competing in Junior Eurovision this year than live in her village.
I think there should be more songs about your dog. And what are the rules about having your dog on stage? Is the dog going to make an appearance?
Does it count as one of your people?
Can you have that as one of your backing dancers? What are the rules?
Yeah. Then Yula from Malta, as Mick said, she's got a great voice. I didn't wonder what she was growing in the greenhouse, mind you, but it's a good song.
I think it's very mature for a junior Eurovision song. She was just saying, everyone just have a chillax, calm down, just wait, be patient, and it'll all happen in the end. You just need to not rush things, just take your time.
Believe in yourself,
Believe in yourself, and it'll all be fine. So I think it's quite an adult sort of song for junior Eurovision. I quite like it. But my favourite out of all them is obviously the Netherlands.
Cool. Thanks, guys. Now, we are coming to the final set of songs. And this is my warning to the panel because I will be coming to you at the end of our review of the final set for your overall top 3 songs to see who you think. Because when you vote online, you can vote for 3 countries. So you don't even have to rank them. You just need to give your top 3. Also, as an added challenge for perhaps the old hands of this, my favourite song is actually nestled in this group of 4. See which one you can work out it is. And let's take a listen. There you go. 4 songs: Portugal, Spain, Ukraine, and UK. Let's go to Mick first of all. Then, what do you reckon is your favourite out of them? And did you spot which one might be mine?
Well, I'm torn between 2. I think the earworm one is Spain, and that there's something about it that just immediately you're just dancing along. But I think the UK is the one that possibly could, go and give Armenia a run for the money, for the kind of really upbeat sort of a contender for the votes. And maybe if they split each other, that maybe means Netherlands will come through, and go for the win. Normally, I like Portugal in adult Eurovision, and even though it was a pleasant enough song, I think it's one that possibly could get lost with all the other songs, really. But and Ukraine, oh, what a sweetie! Oh dear, I mean, how could you not love that cheeky smile? And even though it is a little bit repetitive, that doesn't hurt any Eurovision song, really, does it? So, but yeah, Ukraine was, I mean, brought a smile to my face.
I do think.
I think I'd go for. I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's Spain for you.
Oh yeah, Spain is my favourite. That is what I've got down as my favourite. It's everything I embody. Something a bit cheesy, clap along, love it. It's amazing. The Ukrainian one, I was just thinking, it's the type of thing I can see sort of like a kid really liking and having it on repeat, and the adults basically having to sneak some earplugs into their ears. Baby Shark vibes, guys. I'm just saying. I'm just like.
So I think if I can survive junior showtime, and that's something from my past and something for the youth, as Michelle would say, then I'm sure we could survive that one for 3 minutes.
Hey, I'll tell you what. Speaking of Phil and Michelle, let's slide across to you guys. I mean, obviously, there are a number of us from the UK in the room. Do you reckon the UK are in with a shout this year?
Just before we do that, I think that yours was Spain.
Hey, there we go. Well done.
I think so. Yeah, I think it's a good pop song, up tempo.
It's very sugar babesy.
Yeah.
The sort of tempo of it and the way they sort of separated and dancing as well.
I think I'm hoping that they're not just on those little plinth things on the stage all the time, because I think it would work better if they come off them and sort of danced about a bit more.
I think if the BBC have paid for them plinths, they're going to stand on them plinths, they're going to dance on them, whether you like it or not.
That's good. As Mick said, the little lass from Ukraine.
But because we watched it with the subtitles on, and she's all in. It's a flower, 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 and then in the middle, she does a little rappy sort of talky section.
That's in English as well.
It's brutal, isn't it? Yeah. It's absolutely brutal. And you sort of go, oh, it sort of brings it back to where she is and what's going on.
Yeah.
And you sort of go, oh, and then she's a little girl, she's doing that. I think she'll do well. She's absolutely adorable.
It's almost difficult to judge it alongside the other songs, really, isn't it? Because
she's so young.
She's so young, and it's such a different sort of song.
I like a kit as well. I like the little traditional dress and everything.
Yeah.
I like a bit of traditional dress. All they needed was like a mouth twangy sort of thing, and they've got the hat trick.
I did like Spain as well, Tom, I must admit. I like the fact that she's taking advantage of being able to use languages other than herself and saying I love you in about 5 or 6 different languages. That's quite clever.
Because on the score sheet, if you're doing that and you get an extra point for a different language, you're ramping up the points there. So and what else was it?
Portugal. That was sad and haunting. Haunting.
Oh Christ, Phil said haunting. Hang on. The Portuguese song is the saddest song ever to ever be on Junior Eurovision. You need to look at the words. It's really sad. She wants to be somewhere where she belongs, and
it's about longing for being back at home, I think, isn't it? Which I think is sort of it's not it's kind of a typical sort of Portuguese thing to sing about.
But if she'd have done it in like a fado, it'd have been fine. It'd have been all right. But this is sort of heartbreaking. The words are absolutely tragic in it.
Well, it's good, and once again, she's got a great voice.
Yeah, she sings it really well.
Everyone sang really well. It'd be interesting to see how well they do on stage, but
with the nerves. and everything and that. But no, I think they'll be fine.
Certainly on the videos, they're fantastic.
So your favourite out of this 4 is?
My favourite, I think I'm gonna go Spain.
No, you're going UK.
No,
Just told you it was the UK.
You stop telling me what I like. For goodness sake.
You like me and I like the UK.
Okay, you like the UK. I do like the UK as well, but I like Spain too.
There we go. I'm going to come back to Portugal slightly. The lyrics for it are really slow, but I think there's a disconnect because I think the actual melody seems to want to move a little bit faster than it actually does. It almost doesn't quite find the rhythm. I think it kind of pulls at it slightly, which I think is a shame, really. Obviously, Spain, love Spain. Brendan, do you foresee a Spanish beach for Junior Eurovision next year?
From that group, yes. I think overall, unfortunately, not. As much as I love a Spanish hit, I just don't think it's strong enough. It's fantastic. As same with the different languages, saying I love you, etc. It's absolutely brilliant. However, I just don't think it's quite there. There's something. It just seems to be something missing. But again, it could easily be in adult Eurovision, couldn't it?
Yeah, very easily, very, very easily. What about the other 3? What are your thoughts on them?
I think I agree with you with Portugal. It's very slow, and as much as that can generally work, there's just something missing. There's a spark missing. The song wants to do something that they're not allowing it to do. I'm not 100% sure on what that is. It's just something not right about it. As much as she's got a fantastic voice, I did say the same thing about Saudi with the adult Eurovision. But maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. Ukraine, yes, it's simple, but I think the catchiness is what it ultimately will give it a very good position in the. Jane may even win. You never know, but. That simplicity, the catchiness of it, you just want to sing along. You can't help yourself. You don't want to, but you will. With the UK, again, absolutely brilliant song. I'm so glad to see that we actually care and we're not just turning up. However, it just seems too much. It's over. I think it's too much choreography involved. I think they're doing a little bit maybe too try hard. I think in adult Eurovision it would fit perfectly. I think maybe their ages they look very mature for their age, and maybe that's going to set them apart. Maybe.
Yeah, I think it's the choreography that concerns me about the UK because they've clearly put in breaks, haven't they, where there's going to be dancing, and some dancing, as we know, is good. And some dancing, as we know, doesn't quite hit there. And then there's also hitting the vocal whilst you're dancing as well, which can also be an issue. I think there's a lot of unknowns there. They did perform at Children in Need on Friday night, but I think their performance was pre-recorded.
Yeah, it did look that way, didn't it?
Yes. So I think when we hear them live, it could be the first time we hear them live. Next Sunday, which hey, we're hardened UK fans. We're used to this. We can get through it. We can get through it. And I'm sure they will be fabulous.
I do have an a cappella live version that they did on Blue Peter on TikTok, and it's ESCFanTV 2024 on TikTok, so it is on there.
Hey, thanks, Michelle. Do take a look. Who haven't I been to? Let's go to Alina. What do you reckon?
Yes. So I really like the UK, and I think Ukraine is so cute and catchy. Like still now, I can hear that like the melody, and with a lot of other songs, I don't have that. So I think that says a lot. And I think it will end up like high. The other ones I've got, so sorry.
Oh, Spain. How could you forget Spain? It's
Oh
like-
yeah. When you hear Ukraine, then melody is just washed in your brain, and you can't like.
It's like baby shark, doo, 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 doo. Anyway, Open. Let's hear you on the radio waves. Did any of these four come out and say yes to you?
So let's try this one last time, yeah? So I think this is the strongest group, Tom. I had two contestants so far for my 4-horse race. Next to Armenia, Georgia, I have Spain and United Kingdom. I think Spain is absolutely going to stand out, but I think United Kingdom is going to be, a lot of these kids that's going to watch the show that night, they're going to be like, they're so cool, I want to be like them when I grow up. So I think the adult, like a mature attitude is going to play in UK's favor. I think United Kingdom has a great chance. I think Spain has a great chance. But let's not forget Ukraine. I think that's the song that's going to speak to the kids the most. So I think the Ukraine is the dark horse in this contest.
Cool. Thank you, Oben. And Sean, wrap it up for us.
Wrap it up. Okay. Ukraine, like Oben just said, I think they're going to do very, very well. But I think they're going to do very, very well because it's Ukraine, not because it's a particularly strong song. I think it's really important to have Ukraine in a prominent positions on the world stage, whether it be a sporting event or a music event like this. But I don't think the song's quite strong enough to win, but it will do well. But, you know, it's a lovely little message. I actually think all the flowers can help sort of heal the world and kind of, you know, help sort of save the world. It's a little bit repetitive for my liking. But, you know, yeah, it will do well because it's Ukraine. Spain is a fantastic, great, cheesy pop song. Yes. Cheesy pop song, tick. Multiple languages, tick. I mean, happy pop heaven with this one. Absolutely love it. One of the favourites to win, I believe it is as well at the moment. Fantastic. And finally, I just want to touch on the United Kingdom. So, it's so good. It is really, really good. And it is just a superb dance pop track. I love any song that's got whistling in it. That gets extra points from me. Double claps. That gets extra points from me. And the dance breaks are purposely put in there for a reason. And I think Michelle, you said, I don't want them sort of dancing just on the podiums. You want them off the floor, whatever. I think keep them on the podiums, but have other dancers that will do other dancing, if you will, because, you know, they do have a vocal performance to deliver. And I think they've been very well timed, hopefully, in the track to be very effective. Someone said there's too much dancing in it, but it's Junior Eurovision. What do kids love to do? Kids love to dance, right? So if you want a song that's going to get the kids to pick up and vote for it, I think, not just because it was a good song, but because you've got snazzy dance routines and it's catchy as hell, this is going to do very, very well next week. And I'd be very surprised if it's not first or second place.
Oh, that sounds like fighting talk from Sean. Right, panel, I did say, as we draw to a close, I would ask you for your top three. They can be in any order. You don't have to say first, second, third, because when it comes to the online voting, you just literally vote for 3 countries. I'm just going to literally go across. What way am I going? That way. There we go. That way. So I'll go Phil and Michelle, then Lena, then Oben, then Brendan, then Mick, then Sean. What have we got? Phil.
This is difficult because I kind of got 4, but I'm going to go Spain, United Kingdom, and I think I'm going to go with Georgia.
You picked that just because I like it.
Michelle.
All right, I'll switch for Netherlands.
Yeah,
then.
good. Do that. Georgia, France, UK.
Okay, Alina.
The Netherlands, Germany, and the UK.
Okay, Oben.
My third place is the United Kingdom. Second place is Armenia, and the first place is Spain.
Hey, thanks, Oben. Brendan.
Netherlands, France, and Germany.
Cool.
But I will
Mick.
quickly point out that I avoid
Good
saying UK.
Hey, Mick.
Germany, UK, and Armenia.
Sean.
Hang on. I don't have it. Oh, sorry, it was just playful mood. Dance pop all the way. Spain, UK, Netherlands.
Okay, I'll be honest, guys. I am writing these down because if you are on the review show next week, we will be looking at your top three. Of course, we're going to look at your top three, but obviously, I would also share with you mine. And I've gone for Spain, Armenia, and the Netherlands as my top three songs. Guys, that is practically the end of the show. We have done 16 entries in just over the hour, reviewed, all ready for the contest that takes place next Sunday, live from Nice. If you're in the UK, I think it's on BBC Two. I have no idea where it is across Europe.
It's on CBBC.
And it's on CBBC as well. Obviously, we have lots of content on our YouTube channel, including Alina's fabulous interviews from her Groot Songfest, which took place earlier this week. Do check out our Insta, do check out our YouTube, our Facebook, our Insta. We are active on all the socials, and we've given them all a little bit of a facelift as well. And all that leaves me to do is thank my wonderful panel for coming on this evening. So big thanks to Phil and Michelle.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Follow us on TikTok because it took me forever to do it.
Big thanks to Alina.
Thanks for having me. See you next time.
Big thanks to Oben. He's there somewhere.
Thanks so much for having me and being patient with my connection today. I'm almost home.
Hey! Big thanks to Brendan.
Thank you for having me. It's been brilliant.
Big thanks to Mick.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. It's been a wonderful, wonderful evening, and hopefully my top three will be in the running at Nice when I see it live.
Hey! And big thanks to Sean.
Thanks, everybody. Great show. Well done to the newbies as well. You did so well. So congratulations, Brendan and Mick.
Awesome. We are back next week to review what actually happened. In the meantime, that's all for now. See you later. Bye-bye.